From Hollis to hip-hop, the early days of Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti, a name synonymous with hip-hop's golden era, but before the fame and notoriety, he was just Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr., a kid from Hollis, Queens. Born in 1970, Irv's neighborhood was tough. It was a breeding ground for future hip-hop legends, Run DMC, LL Cool J. These artists were his neighbors, they were his inspiration. He wasn't going to be just another face in the crowd. Irv had bigger dreams. Music was his escape. He found his voice as a DJ. He called himself DJ Irv. He spun records at local parties. His talent was undeniable. People took notice. His energy was infectious. His mixes were fire. DJ Irv was on the rise. He was making a name for himself in the streets. The music industry beckoned. Irv landed a job at TVT Records. This wasn't just spinning records anymore. It was the big leagues. He learned the ins and outs of the business. He understood the grind. He saw the potential for something bigger. This experience would prove invaluable. It was time for Irv to take the next step. Irv crossed paths with a young rapper named Ja Rule. He saw raw talent. He saw star power. He knew he could make him a star. This was his chance to build something from the ground up. It was more than just a business decision. It was a belief in a vision that would change hip-hop forever. Irv Gotti was on a mission. He needed a label that reflected his vision, a label that was raw, edgy, and unapologetically street. In 1997, Murder Inc. Records was born. The name was bold, the name was controversial, it was perfect. It was a statement. Murder Inc. wasn't here to play games, they were here to dominate. With Def Jam's backing, Irv had the resources to make his mark. He signed Ja Rule. He gave him a platform. He gave him creative freedom. The result? Explosive success. Ja Rule became a global icon. Hits like Holla Holla and Put It On Me dominated the charts. Murder Inc. was on top of the world. Irv had a knack for spotting talent. He wasn't afraid to take risks. He signed a young singer named Ashanti. Her voice was sweet, soulful, and undeniable. She was the perfect contrast to Ja Rule's gritty style. Together they created magic. Always on Time and Mesmerize became anthems. Ashanti was a star in her own right. Murder Inc. was unstoppable. Irv created a family at Murder Inc. Loyalty was everything. He had Ja Rule's back. He supported Ashanti's rise. He fostered a creative environment. Artists wanted to be a part of the movement. They respected his hustle. They believed in his vision. Success attracts attention. It also attracts scrutiny. In 2003, the FBI raided Murder Inc.'s offices. Irv was investigated for money laundering. The charges were serious. The media had a field day. Irv's name was dragged through the mud. He maintained his innocence. The trial was a media circus. It was a distraction from the music. It was a threat to everything Irv had built. He fought back with everything he had. He refused to let the accusations define him. He wouldn't let the justice system break him. In 2005, Irv Gotti was acquitted of all charges. The victory was bittersweet. The damage was done. The legal battles had taken their toll. Murder Inc. was forced to rebrand. They became the Inc. It was a fresh start, a chance to move forward. Irv never fully escaped the shadow of the trial. It was a constant reminder of the price of fame. He remained a controversial figure. He was never one to back down from a challenge. He used the experience as fuel. He continued to make music. He continued to tell his story. Irv Gotti's story is one of triumph and tragedy. He rose from humble beginnings to become a hip-hop titan. He built an empire on talent and hustle. He faced adversity head-on. He left an indelible mark on the music industry. Irv's legacy is complex. He was a brilliant businessman. He was a visionary producer. He was a polarizing figure. But one thing is undeniable. His impact on hip-hop is undeniable. Irv Gotti's story didn't end how anyone expected. He passed away in February 2025 after suffering a stroke. He was 54 years old. The news sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community. Irv Gotti left behind a rich musical legacy. His music defined an era. His influence continues to inspire a new generation of artists. He will be remembered as a true icon. He was a legend. He was a pioneer. He was Irv Gotti.